Who could have seen that coming? The 2026 Street Fighter movie adaptation just released its first trailer at the Gaming Awards, and it's safe to say this is one of the most schizophrenic trailers of all time, to the point where it's divided the fan base, seemingly, from what I've seen on the internet. Questionable casting choices and questionable tone within the trailer. This looks wacky as hell. Some people are watching the trailer looking like this guy. Holy shit, oh my god, greatest thing I've ever seen. And some people are looking like Tyrone Magnus, depressed as hell. Poor Tyrone. He's been looking like this a lot lately when it comes to movie trailers. I wonder why. I wonder why, Tyrone. I had to give my take. As somebody who's a non-gamer, who's had limited experiences with the Street Fighter games. I've played them here and there. My friends have made me play them, okay? The characters I'm familiar with, aka the ones that I can name by heart, the likes of Ryu, Ken, Akuma, Guile. I hope I'm pronouncing half of these right. I don't think I am. Chun-Li and Blanca. Those are like it. Those are the ones that I can name for you. And the only reason I can name Chun-Li is because of the shitty live-action adaptation called Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li with my childhood crush, Lana Lang Kristen Kruk. I'll do terrible things to marry her. If the character Lana Lang ever existed, I'd make sure I was the only one alive who could marry her. But that's besides the point. We don't need to go there. The Street Fighter trailer. I want to break this down, because as a non-gamer fan, I'm gonna be real, I liked it. Sue me. Sue the fuck out of me. I liked it. We're gonna get into it, y'all. The goddamn lens won't stop falling out! Now, yes, this is one of the weirdest trailers ever in terms of tone. I didn't expect this trailer to have this tone. I didn't know what I was expecting going into this movie, but I'm glad it had the tone it did. First, we get a couple shots with a certain beat to a song that sounds like it's from the Beastie Boys or Wu-Tang Clan or some shit like that. We see shots of Guile's hair. I had to Google what the song was. It's called Punk Tactics. It's some song from a band I've never heard of. We get some couple slow-mo shots like this. We see Chun-Li, who looks fine as hell no matter what adaptation she's in. We get Zangief. I'm not gonna pronounce his name right. Zangief, basically the guy from Jack Reacher Season 3, the big, massive dude, is playing this character. 50 Cent playing Balrog. He's not the first guy I think of when I'm looking at Balrog, but you know what? Fine, all good. Vega. You got E Honda, big-ass sumo wrestler motherfucker. CAMPY, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm watching this for her, at the very least. This movie's got eye candy, at least for me. I'm a dirty dog, y'all. I don't know anything about the Street Fighter story, alright? I've just played a couple fighting rounds in it, right? There's something in it for me, alright? As a casual. Ryu, I love the guy that they cast as Ryu. Again, as a non-gamer fan, many gaming fans might not be a fan of this, I don't know. But if you've seen the show Warrior, or if you've seen him from some other things, he was in the Snake Eyes movie, but he was one of the best parts of that. You know this guy's gonna do his thing. M. Bison, played by a dude that I really like. Maybe miscast for this role because he looks like he's about 50 pounds underweight for this role in terms of being jacked, but still, I've been rooting for this guy ever since I saw him in The Dark Knight. He's not really the tank that you would assume M. Bison is, but you know, all good. I like the actor. Andrew Schultz. Why are you here? It's like going to a party and you're smiling at everyone, making friends. You're like, yeah, man, good to see you again. And then you see that one guy that shouldn't be there, that no one wants there. And you're like, bro, why are you here? That's what the fuck I think of when I see Andrew Schultz here. What the fuck? I'm gonna actually talk specifically about this later in the video because I'm really tired of Hollywood doing this bullshit where they just are trying to grab random influencers to try to spread to different audiences. But we're gonna get to that. Cody Rhodes playing Guile, kicking the shit out of a woman. As soon as I saw this, first of all, I was like, are we just leveraging anybody? This isn't even about getting the best actors. This is like, let's get the biggest names, the most jacked people we can find, and throw them in here. I wanted Alan Richardson to play this role. I thought that would have been good, but they got Cody Rhodes. And Cody Rhodes proceeds to start the action of the trailer by flip kicking this chick who goes flying into a wall, flipping it. And from there, I knew this is not a serious film. This is not a serious vibe at all. This is like campy as fuck. We got Ryu fighting. We got Akuma, played by Roman Reigns? It is Roman Reigns! I knew he was in here, but I didn't know who the hell he was playing. He looks good in this shot. We got this shot, this chick side kicking this woman's throat. That looks sick. Alexander Volkanovski is taking another late notice fight as Joe, or Joey, however the hell you say his name. I love this. I love this dude. Probably going to be a shit acting performance, if I'm going to be honest. But we love Alexander Volkanovski, okay? We don't acknowledge that second loss that he had to Islam Makhachev by KO. This was AI. This never happened. We get a couple shots like this. Again, this is just, there's nothing serious about this. Then we get Ryu and Ken teaming up on, I guess, one of M. Bison's soldiers or officers. Ken knocking some dude out. Right away, a lot of people have a couple problems with this. It comes off too campy. Maybe people wanted a more serious take, a more serious, darker action blockbuster take. I don't know why the fuck you would ever want that in a Street Fighter film, but okay. The casting is a bit shit for some people. Now, but let's acknowledge the tone first, okay? When it comes to action blockbusters that involve adaptations or superheroes and stuff like that, ever since the MCU started doing its thing where it started injecting comedy and stuff, we get more bright, comedic, colorful films now. It's just a thing, and a lot of people have a problem with it now. We don't get films like this anymore that came out in the 2000s, mid-2000s, even 2010s, where things were dark, taken seriously, straight-faced. We don't have stuff like Blade and Constantine coming out very much anymore. Even the Daredevil movie that had a lot of cheesy shit in it was pretty dark, right? In the Elektra film that came after it. People probably asking, bro, why does everything that Hollywood has to put out now, whether it's an adaptation or not, why is everything seemingly so colorful and comedic and all this Disney shit? Or just a straight up comedy where the jokes don't land? Why is everything coming off like that? And I can agree, it gets to the point where it loses its effect and becomes oversaturated when you start doing that with enough films. I'm coming at this from someone who is an Underworld fan, okay, who's a fan of Batman 2022, two very dark looking and dark films. But let's just be real here. For those of you who complained that wanted a serious straight-faced version of Street Fighter, are you high on crack cocaine like me? It's very hard to make a serious live-action adaptation of Street Fighter. You know this. For those who played the game, I played it in limited capacity and I fucking know this. Remember in the Van Damme, Street Fighter movie? Ryu and Ken were a joke. This is very, very campy, right? Now, granted, people don't want Ryu and Ken to be a joke, I understand. It doesn't seem like Ryu and Ken specifically in this film are going to be a joke. It seems like they're going to be serious, and other guys are going to be campy, and the tone will be campy around them. I don't know about him, by the way. I don't know who they picked to play Ken. I don't really buy him in this role, but regardless, whatever. Remember, in the 2010s and mid-2000s, we had two films based off of games, all right? These fighting games that try to play it straight and dark a little bit. Tekken in 2010. I cannot tell you how excited I was for Tekken when it came out, when I was a kid. I used to love playing Tekken. This movie was dog shit. And I was someone who was trying to cope and give it excuses. I was mostly obsessed with her, Kelly Overton, in this role. But this movie was shite. It was really... Bro, I might have to censor this, bro. Bro, Micro, censor her body. It was really bad. Tekken was really bad. And then you had Legend of Chun-Li with Kristen Krug. I love Kristen Krug. The movie was dog shit. They tried to play it serious and somewhat dark in these films. It just doesn't work. You need to acknowledge what you are. You need self-awareness. And a lot of people don't like movies that are self-aware. They want to go as dark as possible and keep it straight. You can't do that with some kinds of subject matter. You can't have this full-on dark Zack Snyder type of film with Street Fighter. In my opinion, you just can't. You can make it look like that visually, sure. What was that one Zack Snyder film? I forgot the name of the damn film. The one with the girls that are fighting robots and zombies and shit with samurai swords. What was it called? I'm gonna lose my mind if I don't remember this right now. Visuals in it were really cool, right? You could do that with these kind of video games, but the tone needs to be... I think you need a bit of self-awareness. You need to acknowledge what you are. Now let's talk about the cast. Look, when I saw the cast, I'm like, this is the most random shit I've ever seen. Why is 50 Cent in this at all? I know he's acted in a couple things, but come on, man. Regardless, fine. I can maybe see him playing that role. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, though, I don't even know what to say. Now, Roman Reigns does look good in this shot. I'll be honest. Okay, he looks terrible in this shot. That's a wig and a half. That looks... I don't even know what to say about that. And Cody Rhodes, I don't know. I never got the impression that Guile was supposed to be this over-the-top guy who makes jokes and all that. And I don't know if that's what Cody... I don't know if they're making Cody Rhodes a serious character or an over-the-top character in this. I really don't have a clue about that. All I'm going to say is I really, really question the acting ability of some of these wrestler-turned-actors. I've seen Cody Rhodes act in Arrow. But maybe I'm not an expert on the character. Maybe it can work if they give him limited dialogue and give him just the right amounts, okay? 50 Cent, I don't even know. Bro, we'll see. But you do look like a boxer, 50 Cent, when you're bulked up and all. You do look like a Mike Tyson type of dude, so fine. And the last time I saw him act was in Den of Thieves, and if you give him the right role, he can be okay, so fine. Jason Momoa is playing Blanca. He looks sick. He looks sick. This dude looks sick. Most of the casting I'm fine with. I like every bit of casting in this. All except for one. Why? This just leaves a sour taste in your mouth. Everything's so good, and then you can't forget that there's just one little piece of feces in the crevices that's just cracking out all over the place. Why the fuck is he in here? It makes me question the entire filmmaking integrity itself. And it's not to say that casting a comedian is a crime. It's been done. We know that. But this is what happens. Hollywood does this thing and they're doing it a lot more now. We're going to bring influencers with big names, TikTok influencers, comedians, all this stuff, pulling in different audiences, right? That's what they were trying to do. Now you could say, oh, well, they're doing that across different mediums, right? They're doing it with the UFC. They're doing it with Stop Calling Me. Doing it with Alexander Volkanovski. I'm going to say this right now. Yes, Alexander Volkanovski is not an actor. He's one of the GOATs of fighting, period. Point blank. Arguably the featherweight GOAT. If you need a man who can do stunts well and has name recognition, he's your guy, right? Even with the wrestlers, physical beings, monsters, absolute unit powerhouses that can do stunts, right? As long as you can get them to deliver lines here and there, that's fine. At least they can fit somehow because of the physicality of who they are. One's a fighter, one's a wrestler, that's fine. This guy doesn't fit in any realm. Oh, but his personality is like the character. You're telling me, out of all the actors in Hollywood, you can't find someone who's not a fucking comedian to play that character? Why? This guy's such a, especially when the year he's been having, where I cannot tell you the amount of YouTube videos I've seen titled "Downfall of Andrew Schultz." Andrew Schultz is the grifter. Even me, when I'm watching some of this, first of all, this guy's not funny at all to me, and when I'm seeing some of the stuff on him, I'm just like, bro, this guy's a fucking fool. Get him out of here. He's like stinking up the freaking crowd. Please stop this, Hollywood. Please. Now, people are saying, well, the character he's playing it's kind of appropriate because the character he's playing apparently gets his ass whooped a lot in the story of Street Fighter. I don't know. That's what some fans are saying, so they're okay with it. I don't care. I don't want to even give this fucker the opportunity. Get him out. Get him off my screen. Every time he's going to be on screen, which I don't think will be a lot, to be fair. Probably just have him in as a main cameo at a club scene where there's a fight scene, and then it'll be done with it, hopefully. So they can just say that Andrew Schultz was part of our cast, you know? Fucking idiots. But that's the only thing. That's the only casting choice where I'm like, why? You didn't need to do that. Even Alexander Volkanovski, I'm like, why? But you know what? Okay, UFC fighter, he can do a lot of his own stunts. You probably value that in a cast like this, where a lot of them, you're going to have to help them with the choreography. Whereas Alexander Volkanovski, it's going to be fluid, bro. This guy's different. But Andrew Schultz, like, bro, get slapped. Get off my screen. Regardless, this looks like a campy, unserious, self-aware version of the Mortal Kombat movie that's coming out. That's what it looks like. I don't know if it's R. It looks like it could be R. Regardless, I'm a fan of what I saw. I'm actually okay with it. It does match the game's tone from what I've seen, and a lot of people agree with me. I went on Reddit to see, am I the only one who's saying this doesn't look bad? And people are like, bro, I don't know why people are freaking out. This is meant to be a bit campy. So, but whether or not it's a good movie, it's a completely different thing, because some people are saying, some fans are saying, I'm going to love this film regardless, even though it looks like it could be a 3 out of 10 potentially. Some people are saying that. So you know what? I don't even know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, looks damn good. Looks fun at the very least. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.